So let's start the sessions. First thing is our tuples list. Still list. The session is recorded. So now we have tuples here. So you can see for the reminder, tuples are very similar to the list. However, they have a key difference, which is imputability. Once an element is inside the tuple, they cannot be changed or resigned. List is represented with square-headed brackets, and tuple is represented by round-headed brackets. Okay. So here we are creating a tuple data set. So tuple 1 is equals to street triple. They have some values. Street triple Daytona, Banelli, and 8055. We are creating few more data sets, or you can say variables. So we have tuple 2 by name tuple 3 and so on. Next, we are trying to type tuple 1. So you can see the type of that particular variable is tuple. So the output is tuple here on our output pane. Next thing is tuple 1 to now they are we are seeing the indexing thing. So on the two number index, it's Benelli, right? Okay, street triple is the same word. Okay. Now the indexing negative one, you can see 8055. All of these things are cleared. I think what is index? Count and index T is equals to ABCD. Okay. So here's the example of count feature. Count like count function. You can say what is count? You can count each of the value in a available variable. How many times it is? So you can see we are trying to count A in this particular tuple set. So A is 3 times. A. You can see. That's why you can see here on our output pane, the count output is 3, right? Now we are trying to count index here. The index A. Okay. So here we are trying to see, or you can say check our index number of particular value. So here we are trying to like get an index number of A value. So the output is 0. So you can see A is on first 0, right? So if we are trying to count the index number C, you can see the output is 5. Our next thing is we are creating another variable, my list 1, 2, 3, my list 0, new. Okay. My list, new 1, 2, 3. So what we are doing here, we are giving an example. What is the example? See, you can see here, first we have created a variable by name my list. The values are 1, 2, and 3. Now what we are doing here, we have changed the index number 0 value from 1 to new. So what we are saying here, seeing here, first the values are 1, 2, 3. Now when we try to like see the values of particular variable, you can see new 2, 3. That means 1 is changed into new. But when we are trying to do that in our tuple, you can see here we have created a variable by t1 1 2 3 type t1. So you can see the type is tuple t1. That's the same thing we are trying to do here. See, tuple in the tuple type of data set, we cannot change the values. So you can see the we have received an error by the name tuple object does not support item assignment. See, T1, okay. So that means we cannot change the initial values in a tuple data set. Is this thing clear? Ali Piyush? Anything to ask?
इसके लिए okay.
Okay. So here we are trying to creating a single tuple. So you can see tuple is equals to 50. The type of value is integer. Accessing values in tuple. Tuple 1 is three tuple. Okay. Print tuple 1 0. Okay. So you can see there's then another example that we cannot change the value to any type if it's integer or if it's float. No matter what, we cannot change the values in particular data set or particular variable, whatever you can say. So here are the example tuple 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay, print. Okay, here we are trying to get the indexing from 1 to 6. Okay, so you can see here tuple does not support append function also. When we are working on list or any other data set, type of data set, integer and so on, we have used this function append. But when we are trying to use this function on our tuple type of data sets or variables, you can see we cannot use that. The error is attribute error. Tuple object has no attribute such as append. Okay. So here is the example of updating tuples. We can see tuple 1 is equals to 12, 34, 56. Tuple 2 is equals to AB, XYZ, ABC, sorry. Now tuple 1 append tuple 2. This thing, I don't think this is gonna work. See, we cannot use append function. I think this is there are some missing commands. Yeah, there are some missing commands. No worries. That the overall thing is we cannot use append function here. So this is the also example of updating tuples, and the output is still same. We cannot update any type of values in tuple data set. We can try, like we can change whole data set, but we cannot change the initial value. Like you can see here, we have created this data set, like for example tuple 2. So you can see here this is tuple 2, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. If we try to add some values here, we can add that 7 8 or 9, right? 9. And if we try to run that, you can see we have updated that tuple but with a new value. But if we try to change that particular value, like index number 1, and try to change that value to into something like you can see here, so it will not happen. So that means we cannot change initial values in a tuple variable. Please keep that in in your mind, because this thing is important. But why? Because whenever we are working on our secondary type of data sets, this thing is very important, because more or more time the data set we are getting from a public source or something like that. Uh, the most famous data variable types are list and tuples. Sometimes we found sets or something like dictionaries, but more or more we have something like tuples or list on our public domain like Kaggle or something like that. So next thing is delete tuple elements. So what we are doing here, we are creating another variable and trying to print that. So we have particular values as an output. Now we are trying to delete tuple. So you can see we can delete tuple. That means delete function is working on our tuple. Now these things are up to you. You have to practice a lot these things. Practice. If you want to learn Python, you have to do practice and experiment. You have to do your own experiments. Experiments like you have to try all of these functions like append, extend, delete, head, tail, and so on. All of these basic functions into all of these data sets. If you want to work on whole big data sets, you can also go to Kaggle and download any type of data set, like any sales data set or something like that. for the experiment or practice. But in a initial stage, you can also create these types of data sets on your own, like with the 10 or 20 values for for your own practice. Okay. So this is the basic thing you have to practice, and you have to do some experiments with that. What if? You have to ask yourself, what if, right? So after deleting tuple, when we are trying to print that, that thing is name tuple is not defined. That means delete that particular variable or dataset tuple is deleted. TUP is deleted. So there are some basic tuples operations. You can say to know the length of tuple 1, 2, 3. You can use function length. Length is 5. They have five. We have 5 values in a particular tuple. So you can use length function here to add 2 elements. Cup 4, 5, 6. Tuple 3 is equals to tup plus tup2. What we are doing here? First, we have a data set by name tup. This one, 2, 3 basics Python. And what we are doing here, we are adding two different tuples into a own and creating a new subset by name tuple 3. So tuple 2 we have is 4, 5, 6. Now you can see here when we try to do that, we have got a new data set by name 1, 2, 3 basics Python and 4, 5, 6. So you can see here we can add two different elements or variables into our own new subset or a new variable, you can say. Now you can see the whole values here on your output pane. Okay. What we are doing here, we have printed that particular values 3 times. So you can see all of these values are in 3 times here. 1, 2, 3 basics Python, 1, 2, 3 basics Python, 1, 2, 3 basics Python, all of these. Now the next thing is tuple 4 is equals to high. Tuple 4 into 3, that is high, high, high. Okay. Index number 6, tuple 2, 6. Okay. Yeah, this thing is right. Tuple 2, 6, 4, 5, 6. Index number is 2. So all of these things are like for your practice thing and to clear your basics in our Python. Yeah. So here are some other function like membership. What is membership in tuple? You can see 2 in 1, 2, 3 is true. Okay, KK is a data set, I guess. KK, hello, okay. You in fruit. True. So what is membership? Membership is a function to check that particular value is available in our variable or not. So 2 is variable in that particular variable 1, 2, 3. It is presented. O in KK dataset, hello, O is presented. If that O is not presented here, the output will we will get is false. Okay. So next thing is our max and minimum in tuple. So what is max minimum? I think we have already talked about our mean, median, mode, maximum, minimum in our initial sessions, right? So these are some basic example of that. Tuple is equals to 4, 5, 6, 700, 200. Now we are using, I think I have given you an example with the help of Excel sheet there. Excel sheet or Google sheet to calculate that max, minimum, median, mode, something like that, right? Ali,
Right.
we have done that, right? So
Yes.
here you can see that we are using that same functions in our Python. Print max, tuple 1. So what is the maximum number? 700.
Okay.
This is the example of minimum. What is minimum here? 200. So you can see in a Excel we have to like first input that data and then we can check with the help of formula what is maximum, minimum, mean, median, mode. But you can see in a Python just we have to see or check with the help of max tuple 1 or something like that. Minimum we have to use max as a command for maximum. For minimum we have to use min. For mean, we can say MEAN mean, and mode is same MODE. So all of these functions are inbuilt in our Python. So tuples function, these are some basic tuple functions we have talked about. Our next thing is dictionaries. So for your reminder, dictionaries are unordered mappings for storing objects, key value pairs. This will allow users to quickly grab objects without needing to know about index location. The representation of your dictionary is done by curly brackets, key 1, value 1, key 2, value 2, right? So you can see what is dictionaries here. First of all, I am deleting all of these variables. Also restart this kernel. Yeah. So now we are creating a new dictionary. First of all, the name is price lookup and values are apple 2.99, oranges 1.99, milk 3.99. So you can say these are the prices of that particular products. Next, we are trying to add oranges there. Sorry, we are trying to get that particular value of particular key. What is key here? Wait, let me open that. See, in a dictionaries, the data will store like that, look like that. Key is apple, size is 1, type is float, and the value is 2.99. Whenever we are checking the price of any product on our e-commerce website, all of these data is stored like that. You can see in a dictionary format, but there we will not use any type of these type of data sets. Why? That because we have SQL, but the format is still same in that particular SQL database also. When we are working on SQL, I will tell you how we will do that. But when we are talking about SQL, the format is still same. The thing is key one and the price is something like that. Just for example, to 1.99 or something like that. That thing like the format is key one, comma value one. The format is still same like key two and so on, right? So the same thing is here in our dictionary data set. You can see key is apple 2.99, milk 3.99, oranges are 1.99. So you can guess these are the prices. So what we are doing here, when we try to check that particular value of oranges, or you can say the check the prices of particular value oranges or key oranges, the output is 1.99. So you can see what we are doing here. Next thing is we are creating another dictionary by name D. Key are K, value 1 to 3, K2, 8, 9, 10, K3, inside key 100. What is inside key? Now you will see here. We are trying to print DK. That means 1, 2, 3, K2, K2 and 2, like the index number 2. That means we are getting 10 as an output. See, the output is 10. D K3, K3 inside key 100. What we have done here, we have also introduced the integer before the value. So why like we are using this function? For example, I will tell you, if you can say uh, we are uploading a dictionary or we are creating as a data professional a data set for a clothing store, right? And we have to create this type of data set and organize all of these clothes. So what we will do here, in a key we only use two keys like male or female, for example, right? And as an integer value we will try to put that particular product name as a store, or as if I can say saving that particular data into our storage, right? So that's why this function value with the integer is introduced to us. So you can see here as an output when we try to get of output K3, The output is inside key 100. If we try to change that inside key to anything like mail, shirt, or something like that, and I'm updating that particular data set. Now, when we try to print that DK3, you can see mail shirt 100. So that particular function will used by multiple e-commerce stores to save that particular data in that manner or in that particular format. We have changed that inside key to into our own mail shirt. Now you can see when we are trying to check the price of that particular mail shirt or particular product, we have just asked DK3 mail shirt, then it will shows us the price. That's how developers will create e-commerce sites, applications, and so on to check that like do a backend like that with the help of particular cloud storage or something like that to get those prices or details of particular products. We can also use this dictionaries type of data set to also add descriptions of particular product or something like that, sizes of that particular product and so on. So these are some basics example. Now dk4 is equals to 500. What is that? Okay. Now you can see we have created that data set. And now you can see we have just added that particular value into our data set in D. We have just given a command D K4 is equals to 500. That means K4 is equals to 500 value is added into our variable. If we try to add more values into that, for example, just we have to do give a key value K5 and value is 5000 here. And try to run that. You can see we have given another value K5 by key name K5 and value is 5000. So this is the example of dictionaries, what we are doing here. Now D is whole set, D keys. So also we can check keys and values or items, everything particular in a different manner. If we try to check the keys only, the name of keys, we have given and command D keys. So here are the keys K, K2, K3, K4, K5. D values, we have our values as an output 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10, mail shirt, and so on. Also, you can see here there are different type of datas like integer. We have also list in our dictionary. This is a whole dictionary with the help of curly brackets. And so you can also see we are using some different syntax also. Like here, these are the square brackets. That means it is a list. We are using some curly brackets for the dictionaries. If we use type of rounded brackets, what we will do, you can see here, if we try to add a rounded bracket here and try to save that. See, this is an integer. So these syntax are also very important for us. Keys, values, you can see our values here. Items. So what are the items? Dictionary items are K123, K2. So this will show us whole items, like what we have as an values. So here we are creating K new value. K is equals to new value. So you can see we can also change that particular value in our dictionaries. We cannot change particular value in tuple, but we can change that particular values in list and dictionaries. So now 123 is changed to new value. Can also check that data set here. New value. Yeah. And this is the string data type you can see. Accessing values in dictionary. Now there are some basic examples of accessing values in our dictionaries. So here we are creating a new variable by the name dictionary1. DICT1 is equals to name Vinod, age 25, bike Apache. Okay. Print dictionary one. So you can see in our output pane, we have received an output name Vinod, age 25, bike Apache. When we try to print that particular different keys, like print name Vinod, print age 25, bike Apache. Apache is a bike model, bike name you can say. What we are trying to check here, bike is equals to pulsar. We are changing a value. Now when we try to print that particular bike, the value Apache is changed to pulsar. So now you can say we can also change the values of integer and strings both. The next example is updating dictionaries. What we are doing here, we have created a new data set by name same, name Vinod, age 25, bike Benelli. When we try to update existing entry by age, like for example, age 8, we are trying to change that. The age is changed into 8. We are trying to change that name. Name is changed to, we are trying to change the bike value here. Bike Honda, area Bangalore. We have added a area also. Abhi DS. So you can see we have added some more values into this data set. Sorry, we are. See, Abhi DS. Abhi DS is an example of another batch. Actually, Abhi is a name of a student and DS is a data science. So you can see we have added some new values here. Sorry, here. Bangalore, Benelli, Honda, Shivinod. So what we are trying to say, we can also update that particular values into a dictionary. Dictionaries are very easy to access, easy to update, easy to change. But the thing is, for creating dictionary, the format is key. That as I said, key 1, value 1, key 2, value 2. You have to like go through this format. You have to give them a key, then value, key, then value, key, then value. Okay, is this thing clear? Ali, Piyush, how, what is dictionary and how
Yes.
to work on that? Okay. So here are some more example. We are creating another dictionary, dictionary 2 by name. We are trying to change that value, age, bike. Okay, what we have done here. See, we cannot only assign a single value for a single key. For example, you can see here, we have added different values, two different values in a single key age. Also, in a name, we have added Shri OOO. We can, if we try to add some more values into their own, we can also do that, comma, this, Ali. And if we try to run that, see, we have updated our names and added another name, Ali, a value, Ali. So we do not have to like create multiple keys for multiple values. We can also create some keys or you can say some titles for like that and add different values into that particular key. And if we try to print that, you can see there are our whole dictionary printed. Print dictionary one age only. Age is 8. Dictionary 1. Why we are working on dictionary 1? Dictionary 2. Age is 3344 and so on. Bike is KTM. Still dictionary 2. Bike. Sorry. Okay. The bike B is small. These are some small things Python will not handle. When we try fix that, you can see output is KTM here. So these things you guys are gonna learn by practice. Dictionary 1, state Delhi. Now we are creating another data set. Dictionary 1. You can see state COVID-19 cases 3 lakh, 6 lakhs, 1 lakh. State Delhi, Mumbai, and Goa. These are some example as in COVID cases. You can print that. So what we are doing here, we are creating a dictionary and try to print that. This is an example I have given to students in another class. Delete dictionary elements. So now we are trying to delete some elements of the dictionary variable. Now dictionary 1 is equals to name. We know the age same. This thing is same. Wait a minute. Spider will gonna. This is the issue in Spider actually. Sometimes it's stopped by own. Hmm. So now you can see we have created a new variable by name dictionary 1. Now we are trying to delete dictionary 1 and key name only. By name key, you can see dictionary 1. We have that name Vinod. And now we are trying to delete that. You can see name is delete from the dictionary. So this is the basic function. And now we are trying to print that. You can see name is deleted. Now remove all entries. To delete every entry from a dictionary, you have to use the function clear, delete one, clear. And now when we try to print, you can see dictionary 1 is empty now. The variable is available. The variable is not deleted, but the values or entries are deleted. And now when we try to delete dictionary 1, now dictionary 1 is deleted. You can see name dictionary 1 is not defined. These are some basic function of dictionaries. Try to practice that with the help of our code set. And these things are gonna help us in the future when we try to create a machine learning model, when we try to solve any business problem or something like that in our projects or something like that. So these are some very basic things. You have to like keep that in our mind to work as a data professional, because list, dictionary, sets, integers, string, floats, all of these things are very like basic. Some basic functions as in add, append, extend, clear, delete, or mean, median, mode, average, or you can say some more function are like addition, subtraction, multiplication, divide. All of these are very basic function. Print, main function is print, creating a data set. All of these things are very basic. You have to like keep that in mind each of the time when you are working on a project or working on a problem, or if you are working on your own project for your resume or something like that. These are very basic functions. In an interview, they can also these some functions like head, tail, or minimum, maximum. All of these things are very basic. So now we are gonna talk about our sets. So sets are also a type of data set or data type. So for your reminder, sets are an ordered collection of unique elements, meaning there can only be one representative of the same object. What we are doing here, we are creating a set here. My set is equals to set. Now you can see when we are working on dictionary, tuple or list, we have not created a empty set or something like that, empty data set. But now we have created a empty data set without any value. When we open that, you can see they don't have any value. Zero elements are present here. Now what we are doing here, my set add 1. 1 is added. 2 is added. Now what we are doing here, by we are only using add function to the set, and these values are added into our empty set. When we try to print that, you can see 1 and 2 are available. And now my list, we are creating list, my list 1 1 1 2 2 2 3 set my list. See what we are doing here, we have created a list. These are some missing command, there are some missing commands. Okay, no problem. These are like in this command, what we are trying to do is creating a list and try to add that particular whole list into another set, or you can say subset. So this command is not completed yet, and we cannot add that much same duplicate values into a set. This is the example here, but this is not completed. So for now, I am skipping this. Now we are adding some integer values into our set. Like here, these values are adding. Okay. See, I have told you sets are not allowed to use duplicate values into their data sets. So when we are trying to convert that missing and something like that word into a set, you can see as an output what we are getting, IMPS. All of the duplicate words are not allowed into a set. In when we are trying to check parallel, you can see all of the duplicate values are gone. See, and when we try to do that into a list one, you can see we have whole values, whole duplicate values, A, or something like that. But when we try to set list one, okay, it will convert it into a set as an output, not saved as a variable, but the output is set now. A data science India, A missing PPI parallel. So these are sets. These are some basics functions of sets. Sets are also used with the syntax rounded head brackets. Next thing is our booleans. I have told you what are the booleans. We have talked about that. Booleans are operators that allow you to convey true or false elements. To check that, we have some basic command. 1 is larger than 2, false. This is our boolean function. 1 is equals to 1, right? True. So we have already talked about that. What is Boolean true and false function? It will check the particular command or something like that to check this function is the output is true or not. Our next few functions are Python operators, changing comparison operators with logical operators. You can see, for example, 1 is equals to 1, true. These all of these functions are also came into the like course of boolean. You can also say these are the example of some booleans. True, 2 is greater than 3, false, 3 is greater than true, true. So all of these functions are true and false of boolean. 3 is greater than is equals to 3, true, no, true, right? 4, no, true. Okay, so these are some boolean functions. These are some chaining operators you can see here. What is chaining operators? We can see Chaining operators are work like that. One, sorry, two is greater than one, and 2 is greater than 3. What we will get? False. This is false. 2 is greater than 1, that is true. But when we are saying 2 is greater than 3, it is not correct. That's why the output is false only. And this is the example of chaining operators. H is equals to H, that is correct. But 3 is equals to 2, that is not correct. The output is false. When we're trying to say this is also false. 1 is equals to 1, that is true. When we try to add not function into that, then it is false. 400 is equals to, that is true. Why did this, the see, 400 is not greater than 5000, but the output is we are getting is true. Why? Because we are using not function. Not is used for when we are giving a command to check a boolean or something like that. Not is used for to get a particular opposite answer. For example, this is the perfect example. We know that this thing is not correct, but when we use not function into our chaining operators, it will help us a lot. Not function will help us a lot. We will see in our project time or something when we are doing that. It is just for example. 400, okay. 400 is not same as 5000, but when we are using a explanation mark here, that means the value is not calculated by Python because of that particular sign. When we try to change that as an is equals to, and then when we try, the thing is false. You can see false here. These are some basic examples of our Boolean statements. Python statements are control flow logics or syntax. Remember use of colons and okay. These are some index, or you can say if else function, if else condition. We have already talked about that in our previous sessions. What is if else function? If some condition, else do something else. Okay. These are some examples like if elif, we have already talked about elif. What is elif? If some condition, execute some code. Elif, do something different. Else, do something else. For example, you can say if for else, if true, print t, it is true. Okay, it is true. So we will try to run that whole code into a word. Sorry. See, what is the input here as a command? See, I hope you will get this if else function, because it is little bit hard to like get in a single time. But when you do your practice, you will get what we are doing here. If true, print it's true. Hungry is equals to false. If hungry is equals to true, print feed me. Else print I am not hungry. So what we are doing here? If true, it's true. I am not hungry. See what we are doing here. We have created a data set here. So these are the basic example. I cannot explain this much. Eh, It's true. Okay. These are the basic example. We are not giving any condition to them. This is the basic example. Now what we are doing here? We are creating another data set of variable. LOC is equals to gym. If LOC is equals to auto shop, if LOC is equals to auto shop, casa cool. If LOC is equals to bank, print this is my bank. We have to run that whole thing into a once. See, this is the perfect example now. What is the input? LOC equals to auto shop. Print cars are cool. Alif LOC equals to bank. This is my bank. Alif LOC park. I love parks. Alif LOC is equals to institute. I learn data science. Alif print. I do not know much. So what we have done here? LOC is equals to gym. We have not given any command as if LOC is equals to gym, right? That's why when we have nothing in our data set to check what we have given as output, I don't know much, right? So if else function is clear to you guys?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay. So do you guys have any doubt related to today's session? Anything? Piyush, Ali, any doubt here till here?
No.
Okay. So I have already shared this with you guys earlier. I'll request you to please work on that. Please practice that.